Really neat about how just a few weeks of love transforms those pets completely, and they will love you for life if you rescue them. They seem to know that you did. Also, there's a really neat video, Surviving Work with Your Cat. Check that out. It's really cute, and true. We'll be back after this 1 minute, 10-second break.
Jump off that exhausting hamster wheel and into balanced living with Dr. Marissa. Her mission, to be a beneficial presence on the planet. Her purpose, to be your personal advocate to live, love, laugh, learn. Her life motto, don't die wondering. Take back your life with Dr. Marissa Fay.
Every Thursday night at 7 on Kcaa, NBC News Radio, AM 1050.
This is Dick from Carpet Masters. Carpet Masters has been serving the Inland Empire for over 55 years. Carpet Masters uses extraction cleaning for your carpet because there's no better cleaning to remove the soil from your carpet. All of our furniture cleaning is done by hand in your home or in our plant. Carpet Masters also offers dry cleaning for fine furniture. Call Carpet Masters at 793-7215. That's 793-7215 for carpet.
This is Kcaa Loma Linda, the station that leaves no listener behind. CNBC News is next, a courtesy of buysellmakeoffer.com.
Kamlick, CNBC Radio stocks could add to Friday's gains. Futures point to a higher open this morning. Crude oil prices back under $42 a barrel because there's such a glut. QVC owner Liberty Media just announced that it's buying online retailer Zulily for $2.5 billion. Zulily specializes in flash sales or limited time sales. Estee Lauder stock may not look so pretty. Profits and sales both fell last quarter. Lower demand for Clinique and Estee Lauder skincare products. Hard lemonade. So yesterday, Miller Coors plans to start selling hard soda next year. The soda-flavored beers will cost $9 a six-pack and are aimed at soda-drinking millennials. Those same millennials are waiting until they're 33 years old to buy a new home on average. Zillow says career uncertainty has them waiting 3 years longer than the previous generation. And Disney's adding 14-acre Star Wars lands to its Anaheim and Orlando theme parks, Disney's largest expansion ever. Chuck Kamlick, CNBC Radio.
Overturned truck blocking the carpool lane, freeway construction slowing everything down. I travel for work. News like that used to ruin my whole day until I discovered Citrix GoToMeeting. With GoToMeeting, I can meet from anywhere using my computer, tablet, or smartphone. And with HD video, I simply turn on my webcam and it's like being in the same room, which means I can stay productive no matter how bad the traffic gets.
Visit GoToMeeting.com and start our free 30-day trial. That's GoToMeeting.com.
Have you had trouble with online dating? This is eHarmony founder Dr. Neil Clark Warren. We've created a new solution, EH Plus. EH Plus combines the personal attention of a matchmaker with eHarmony's extensive pool of great singles. EH Plus gives you hand-selected matches and freedom from being online. Get started today. Call 855-930-LOVE. That's 855-930-LOVE.
Consider this your invitation to sell. At buysellmakeoffer.com, you can sell as much as you want for the next 60 days without paying any fees whatsoever. Sound incredible? It is, and it's true. Buysellmakeoffer.com is the new exciting way to sell your stuff online. Make extra money right now. Sell your old car, furniture, video games, household items, clothes, even your home. Sell anything that's legal. Load up your stuff to sell right now at buysellmakeoffer.com. This is your official invitation to get on board to sell your stuff right now. Free for the next 60 days. And once you see how easy it is, you'll want to sign up for more because there are no item fees. That's right. Take this opportunity to move items from the other guys and sell it for free. You might even win a Samsung tablet, Amazon gift cards, and other cool prizes. BuySellMakeOffer.com is the future of online selling. You can use Skype to talk to your buyer or seller. Plus, you can use video to showcase your items. BuySellMakeOffer.com.
Hi, this is Steve Allenort from Rancho Financial with the Mortgage Minute. With property values increasing, this might be the perfect time to do a loan checkup to see if it makes sense to refinance. Do you have an equity line? If your equity line is getting close to 10 years old, your payment is about to fully amortize. Coupled with the certainty that the feds will soon increase short-term rates, there might be a substantial jump in payment on your line of credit. If we combine your current loan, equity line, and possibly even some of your credit debt, there could be a substantial reduction in what you have to pay each month. Do you have VA eligibility? VA will allow 100% cash-out financing. This may be a perfect time to use your eligibility. We can go 85% cash out with FHA or 80% with a standard conventional loan. There are many possible options that could make a huge difference in your monthly payments. That's why you need a loan financial planner to provide you with all of your possible options. Give me a call, Steve Alladort, at 888-563-1070. That's 888-563-1070, or go to loanfinancialplanner.com.
This is KCAA.
With news on this Monday, I'm Jim Miller, KCAA 1050 AM, CNBC News, the station that leaves no listener behind. Two Lake Elsinore parents died Saturday after crashing their SUV on northbound I-15 in Corona. Their baby was ejected from the car in a car seat, but was found along the roadside with non-life-threatening injuries. 32-year-old Jose Espinosa and 26-year-old Rosio Ibarra were pronounced dead at the scene. The crash reported on a section of the interstate between Ontario and Magnolia Avenues. The car reportedly rolled several times before it came to rest upright. The parents not wearing seatbelts. A new report looking at the salaries of the 75 largest school districts in California alleges there's no correlation between teacher compensation and higher student test scores. Transparent California posted the report on their website blog last Wednesday morning. Report looks at teacher salaries in the state's 75 largest school districts and then compares them to the district's 2013 Academic Performance Index scores, which are based on a combination of scores on various standardized tests. API scores range from 200 to 100 with targets of 800 for all schools. And High Desert residents and even employees have complained about Hesperia Animal Control's shelter for years. City-run Animal Control Division and its shelter has already made headlines twice so far this year. First, in February, a video of an apparently resisting dog being dragged down the hallway past seemingly unconcerned staff members made big waves after it was posted to social media. Then in May of 2013, a photo of a bloody dog also posted on social media, prompting international outcry. That's what's happening. Have a great Monday. I'm Jim Miller, KCAA 1050 AM, CNBC News, the station that leaves no listener behind.
And I'm Mark Westwood with the traffic report on KCAA 1050 AM. Well, we get an accident blocking the shoulder 91 westbound after Lincoln Avenue. Corona 91 west at Lincoln. A wreck has been relocated to the roadside from the middle lane. The drive remains slow from La Sierra and stays busy ahead to Green River. Out in Ontario, slow traffic 60 westbound between Milliken Avenue and 57 Orange Freeway. And in Corona, also an accident has been cleared on the 91 Riverside westbound at McKinley, but traffic is a little slow and go. Let's look at your weather and traffic. Here's the weather, actually. It's clear and sunny. Going to be a little cooler today from the extreme heat. Only about 104 today. Currently, right now, 78 degrees at KCAA, the station that leaves no listener behind.
Here's your Money Minute with Market Wrap host Mo Ansari.
If you follow the markets, you've probably been getting seasick lately. But what if I told you that market volatility can be a good thing? If you're a bargain hunter, this is your coupon. So keep your shopping list handy. If you're a long-term investor with plenty of time before retirement, the money going into your 401k each month will buy more shares when the markets are down. And if you have a good financial plan, you can relax while others worry, because that plan will carry you beyond today's headlines. Of course, you should always consider professional guidance before making any financial decisions. That's your Money Minute. I'm Mo Ansari.
For more tips on investing during market volatility and other investment topics, listen to Market Wrap weekdays at 5 p.m. on this station. For a free consultation with Mo Ansari, call 800-388-9700. That's 800-388-9700.
Compact Asset Management is a registered investment advisor. Funds custodian, Fidelity Institutional Wealth Services, member FINRA SIPC.
From the KCAA Weather Center, I'm Ron Pritchard. For this morning, an excessive heat warning is in effect through Sunday night, as we've got sunny skies today and a high near 103. Tonight, mostly clear with a low near 71. Saturday, sunny and a high near 104. Saturday night, mostly clear, low near 71. Sunday, sunny skies, a high near 108. Sunday night, mostly clear with a low near 69. Monday, sunny and a high near 104. Monday night, mostly clear with a low near 65. Sunny and a high near 91 on Tuesday, mostly clear Tuesday night with a low near 63. Sunny with a high near 89 on Wednesday. Wednesday night, mostly clear with a low near 63. Sunny with a high near 88 on Thursday. That's your weather forecast for this hour from the station that leaves no listener behind, NBC News Radio, AM 1050 KCAA.
You're listening to KCAA, your good neighbor along the way.
Good morning, good morning, good morning. I'm Erin Brinker.
And I'm Tobin Brinker.
We are on the Brink, the morning show on KCAA AM 1050. Got Mark Westwood in the booth. Good morning, Mark.
Good Monday morning to you. Here we are.
Here we are. We got Brandon there, too. Hey, Brandon.
Brandon says hello.
He's not on a mic, but he says hello.
It's his last day of training today. Tomorrow he'll be flying solo.
He's flying solo. Now, are you going to be here, Mark, sitting behind him to make sure? Okay.
Yeah.
Cool. Are you ready, Brandon? He says he's ready.
He says he's ready. He's ready. I bet you he is. He's really good, by the way. We want to welcome Brandon McCormick. He'll be taking the morning shift starting tomorrow.
Awesome. Well, we have a great show planned for you today. We are going to be speaking with Patty Cotton, and she is an executive coach with strong ties in the Inland Empire. Before she became an executive coach, she was the chief development officer for a very, very large nonprofit in the area. She's raised tens of millions of dollars, and since then, she has gone for all kinds of certification and training to become a coach, and she works with CEOs, with CFOs, with up-and-coming entrepreneurs, with everything in between. And so I'm excited to be talking to her. Did you have a nice weekend, Tobin?
I did. It was very relaxing. Hotter than heck out there.
I know. We didn't do anything. We stayed in the house. You know,
we had to help move some furniture yesterday morning, and I'm so glad we did it early.
We did. We were there like at 8 o'clock in the morning.
But we finished like 9 something, and it was already like high 80s, low 90s at 8 or 9 in the morning. I was crazy hot.
Well, we had the station down on Saturday morning for a little while, and we were wiring some wiring up there that we needed to do.
At the tower?
At the tower, yeah. And John Artell, our engineer, was up there, and by the time we finished, it was 111 degrees.
Oh, my gosh.
It was just like
That's
crazy
just
hot.
brutal.
Oh,
I mean,
at
that point, you just make sure your pets have plenty of water and shade, and that you just stay in the house with a fan pointed right at you.
Yeah, we were panting just like dogs up there. It was like, oh, it was terrible.
I bet. So, like I always do, I shouldn't say So like I always do, I want to let everybody know all the ways they can listen to KCAA AM 1050. Of course, you can find us at 1050 on the AM dial. You can also find us at kcaaradio.com, where you'll find links to all of our social media, Twitter, Instagram, LinkedIn, Facebook, and YouTube. You will also find our embedded Ustream feed right there on the front page. You can watch us on Ustream, or you can watch us on our page, or click through and watch us on Ustream. If you have an Android device, you can listen to us on your phone at KCAA or tablet, kcaaexpress.com. If you have an Apple device, you can listen with the TuneIn app. If you have none of the above and you still want to listen, you can call to listen at 832-999-1050, 832-999-1050. Long distance rates may apply. So without any further delay, I want to invite our welcome to the show, Patty Cotton. Good morning, Patty.
Good morning, Erin. Tobin, how are you?
Doing great. How are you?
Great things. It is hot out there already.
Oh, my
and
gosh.
I do have water for the pets. Yes.
Well, and you worry because there's just, I mean, even in the house, our air conditioner, we have a good air conditioner. It's only 2 years old, and it's an 18-SEER machine. It's really good, but it couldn't keep up. You know, when it's that hot outside, it just can't keep up.
That's right.
That's
right. Stay indoors.
Stay indoors. Stay indoors.
Yeah.
So talk to us today about some of your executive coaching. And, you know, we talked about this before you coming on the show, what we were going to be chatting about today. It's kind of integrity in the workplace.
It is kind of integrity in the workplace. Yes. And I think focusing, we can go wherever we want with this. Let me throw this out. Integrity in the workplace. Integrity. People use the word integrity a lot of times as the state of being whole and undivided. But I'm going to layer that with something that quite a few of us embrace, and that's the quality of being honest and having strong moral principles in the workplace. What that means is not only do you know what you subscribe to, but you live it. And that's sometimes tough in the workplace, Erin.
It is. I mean, to use the most egregious example of that are all the people in Nazi Germany who followed along because it was their job to do whatever they were told to do, and went against the most obvious moral compass that everybody should have. But it on a much smaller scale, it exists in the workplace, doing things that you think aren't quite kosher.
Exactly. And we may be asked to do a little something here, a little something there, and you look around you and you think, well, everybody else is doing it, and they're good people, and they must think, well, that's okay. And so we can erode quite quickly. And we can find ourselves in a place where we feel boxed in all of a sudden and asking ourselves how we got there, if that makes sense.
Yes. So how do you deal with that? I mean, if your boss is asking you to do something that you're not comfortable with, whether it be, you say, Mr. Client, yes, we can deliver this exactly how you want it on the day that you want it, and out of the gate that can't happen, for example.
And that's so funny that you bring that up, because I just recently was working with a very large company that had just brought together 4 companies. They merged 4 companies.
Wow.
And this was happening. Where quite a few of the salespeople were saying, absolutely, we can do that for you, we can get that, fully knowing that they would be 3 to 4 days late and hold up production of many companies by doing so, having their workers standing around waiting for parts, this kind of thing. But they knew that if they didn't, they would be placed in a sort of a jeopardy spot with their own company. And what happens with that, of course, is you're going to start being stressed. You're going to start having the wrong energy because you feel boxed in, but you keep navigating on those eggshells to put out the same messages that you know aren't true. And there comes a point where it can actually affect your physical health as well as your mental health. So what do you do? I like to call them critical conversations. And maybe we should call them courageous conversations.
Mm-hmm.
And, if that makes sense. I think one of the first things that we need to do is punt back to what are my values. And if your listeners out there haven't done so lately, pull down a list of values off of the web and really select your top 5. It's harder than you think. But ask yourself what you stand for. Because if you don't consciously know what you stand for and remind yourself of that daily and immerse yourself in that, you will get sucked along. You will dilute yourself into your surroundings because you're in a position where you're asked to do things for several hours a day by someone else who may not subscribe to those same values. Make sense?
It makes total sense, and I think everybody has to know where their internal compass lies, and I have been confronted with this in my career. And if I'm in a situation where it's off from where my integrity says I should be, I do get physically ill. It's the worst kind of situation. I can handle a very heavy workload that I can't handle.
Yeah. And you're not alone. This happens to many of us. It has also happened in my career, so I do understand. So I would say that one of the first things you want to do before you have that critical conversation to work things out is, number 1, to know your internal compass, as you say. What's your GPS? What are your 5 top values? So get the list of values and circle 20, bring them down to 10, and then take some time to bring them down to 5. If you had to go to the moon with only 5 values, which ones would they be? And that's your compass. That's your integrity compass, if you will. Those are the values by which you want to live. Now ask yourself, does what I'm being asked to do align with those values, or does it misalign? And where and how? And when you know that, and the reason I say that is you've got to get very specific with yourself as to the where and how, or else you're not going to start understanding the full implication of what you're being asked to do that goes against what you live for. So knowing that, it's time for a critical conversation. Or maybe we should say, as I say, a courageous conversation. Because a lot of you are listening out there saying, well, I need to have one of those too, and I'm scared to death. Because I'm going to go up against the supervisor, what will happen to me, and we'll start catastrophizing. Maybe I'll get fired. Maybe I'll, what's going to happen to me? And I think we really have to weigh the consequences of living in the misalignment, if you will. And if that continues, what will that do to us? And you can go down the rabbit hole with that versus what might happen if we have the critical conversation. So you've got to work that out for yourself as well, because really getting specific with that and taking a look at that on paper, perhaps, is very good, because a lot of times we'll catastrophize and we'll say to ourselves, oh, I'm going to lose my job, and then I will never be able to work again, and then I won't be able to provide for my family, and we'll be homeless. And when you put that out on paper and you look at it, you say to yourself, is that really true? No, really not. But the emotional part of us goes there.
Right.
And so we have to bring that forward to see what's really holding us back and reason with ourselves before we have that conversation.
So
good so far?
Yes.
Yeah.
We have to take a break. So will you stay with us during the break?
Absolutely.
So I'm Erin Brinker.
And I'm Tobin Brinker.
And we are talking with Patty Cotton. She's an executive coach. We're talking about, living with integrity in your profession and your workplace. We are on the Brink, the morning show on KCAA AM 1050, and we'll be right back.
KCAA, where every day is a great day. KCAA, Loma Linda.
Hi, this is Steve Aladort from Rancho Financial with the Mortgage Minute. This may be the perfect time to move forward with a new purchase. The feds have not yet increased short-term rates. When they do, we expect both rates and property values to increase. Today, you have an opportunity to qualify for a lower payment and more home than potentially even just a few months down the road. If you have VA eligibility, we can do up to 100% financing. We have loans with as little as 3.5% down, less than 20% down without mortgage insurance. Turned down because you can't qualify with your tax returns? We have special programs that we can use your assets to qualify you, and we have just come out with a bank statement program. If you can't qualify with your tax returns but can show income through your bank statements, we might have a loan program just for you. There are many possible options that can make a huge difference in your monthly payments. That's why you need a loan financial planner. Give me a call, Steve Aladort, at 888-563-1070. That's 888-563-1070, or go to loanfinancialplanner.com.
As the owner of my business, I wear a lot of hats. I'm accounting, sales, and so much more. But I don't know marketing.
Let Dex Media be your marketing department. Our team can create a digital plan for you with everything from search to social. Contact Dex Media, that's DEX Media, to get found, get chosen, and get talked about.
Whoa, that's a job for cleanup, which would be me.
Call 844-230-3436 or visit dexmedia.com today.
Slam the door on fee pay. Forget everything you know about selling online, because I'm here to tell you about a new and revolutionary way to buy and sell on the internet. BuySellMakeOffer.com is here to shake up the web. Tired of paying those outrageous fees? You'll never pay a fee with BuySellMakeOffer.com. For a monthly membership package starting at only $7.95, you can list and sell up to 50 items. That would cost you nearly $100 with the other guys. Go right now to BuySellMakeOffer.com and sign up today. It's time for the KCAA Community Calendar, brought to you exclusively by Learn for Life, a growing network of public charter schools. The clear mission of Learn for Life is to motivate and mentor students who have dropped out of school and provide them with the personalized education and technical training necessary to advance their lives. KCAA Radio wants you to take extra precautions if you work in the sun or in any hot environment this summer, especially if you're a senior citizen and if you take certain medications. Be aware that antidepressants and antihistamines act on an area of the brain that controls the skin's ability to produce sweat. Sweating is the body's natural cooling system, so if you can't sweat, you risk getting overheated. Also, beta blockers reduce the ability of the heart and lungs to adapt to stress, including the stress associated with working in a hot environment. Therefore, beta blockers can, under certain conditions, contribute to the likelihood of a heat stroke and other heat-related illnesses. Did you know that amphetamines can raise body temperature? Did you know that diuretics encourage fluid loss, which can quickly lead to dehydration in hot weather? Did you know that sedatives can reduce a person's awareness of physical discomfort, which means symptoms of heat stress could be ignored? Did you know that decongestants can decrease blood flow to the skin, which impacts the blood's ability to cool down? Well, if you didn't know it before this announcement, you certainly know it now. So take this message seriously. Take care of yourself when you're working in the heat. Stay hydrated, work slower, and take breaks to cool down. This message is from KCAA. The KCAA Community Calendar is presented exclusively by Learn for Life, a growing network of public charter schools where students can complete their education on a part-time basis. To find a resource center nearest you, call 1-877-360-LEARN or visit Learn for Life online at learn4life.org. KCAA, where every day is a great day. KCAA, Loma Linda.
Stand on the box, stomp your feet, start clapping. Got a real good feeling, something bad about to happen.
Welcome back. I'm Erin Brinker.
And I'm Tobin Brinker.
We are on the Brink, the morning show on KCAA AM 1050. We are continuing our conversation with Patty Cotton, talking about living your life with integrity, specifically in the workplace. So, Patty, so a person maybe they've gone through this and they've picked their top 5. What are those?
The values.
Values. Yeah. My goodness, I need coffee this morning. Sorry. To pick their top 5 values. Why couldn't I think of that word? Values. And they realize that maybe their workplace isn't the right. Their perception of what's happening in their workplace is not aligned. And so, what do they do next?
Yes, an excellent nuance there, their perception of what's happening in the workplace. Thank you, Erin, because that's one of the steps that I'm going to outline here. So it's time to have a critical conversation. You've confronted yourself with your values. You've seen where what you're being asked to do feels misaligned with your values, morally speaking, so that you feel that you should not be participating and so forth. So it's time for that conversation. So the first thing I want all of us to remember is a critical conversation is not an email where you spam the world to thank somebody.
It's not?
It can happen so very darn. Would be fun, can be fun for a moment until you realize you've pushed the button, you've actually done this thing, and you've got to slink around the hallway waiting for something to fall on you. So it's not talking about it to somebody else. It's not emailing. It's not caucusing to get everybody's ire fired up before you go in and talk. It is who is the person you need to talk with. Select that person. Make a time to go talk to that person and be ready to address the topic. A critical conversation involves 2 or more people. It's whoever are the stakeholders, a topic or situation to be resolved, high emotions, and in this case, of course, because of the perceived request to step outside one's integrity. So it's high stakes, and it's addressing the elephant in the room. So you want to set up the conversation by asking to meet with the person who's asked you to do this thing. So I want you to remember to keep the shared goal in front first. You want to go in and share with them what's going well with work and ask them the same, what's going well with what you're doing and so forth, that you want to share something, but you also want to get some feedback. So paint a circle around the 2 of you as a we, because you want to keep the shared goal in front. And the thing that you're being asked to do, ask yourself why. What is that supposed to do for the company or the organization? And remind them that, when you're starting out, I'd like to talk to you about the fact that both of us want to do the following. Maybe it's, I'll use the Girl Scouts, for example. How fun is that? Great organization. Both of us want to make sure that we serve our girls, and so we want to make sure that we have the best volunteer leadership team possible. There's our shared goal. And state that as the intention. Do you agree? Yes, I do. And then you can bring it up, assuming best intentions, because you don't know whether or not they really realize that what they're asking is out of line. So, recently you asked me to do X, Y, Z. Well, yes, I did. This is because we know that we need to take an action that will help us get to our goal, correct? Yes, yes, yes. Well, I need to sidebar with you and just share with you there's something that's bothering me, and it is this, wondering if we could approach this another way. Here's how I feel about the request, and I know that this is not what you meant, but it's really placing me personally in an uncomfortable position, and I'll share why. So notice what I just did.
Yes.
We drew a circle around us. We assumed best intentions. We didn't accuse. Don't use the you language, the not a you pointing the finger at somebody. You asked me, or place any judgment on them whatsoever, because you really don't know. And even if you do know, even if it's just out and outright explicit, it needs to be free from accusation.
Right.
Place it on you. I feel frustrated. I feel worried. I feel concerned when I get a request that places me in the following position. Can we come up with a different way to do this so that it can go seamlessly, and so I can take a hold of this, in just bull-like fashion, and I'll run forward with it and come up with another alternative, because I know that if you've been asked to do something and you recognize why, you can probably come up with 2 or 3 different solutions. So keep the shared goal in front, assume best intentions, do the I language and the we language. Can we come up with a solution? I have some ideas. And then you're making it safe.
Right.
And you're making it safe. So far, so good?
Yeah, actually, that's terrific. And the thing that strikes me is if a person, if the boss, whomever you're talking with, is a person of integrity, they will say, "Oh, I'd never thought about it that way. Okay, well, let's maybe try a different way of doing whatever XYZ is." Now, if you've caught somebody doing something they shouldn't be doing, you might get a very different response.
Absolutely. And so first scenario, you're right. Most of the time, you're going to have a boss who says, "Oh my gosh, I didn't realize that. Yes, let's go back to the drawing board." And the fact that you've made it a safe conversation and made it a team to look at it a different way, allows them to recognize and apologize without having the finger in their face. Now, the second scenario. What do you do with that? Could be a bully boss, or it could be just someone who doesn't operate with integrity on a regular basis, but just slides by. That's where I think most of us are most concerned, because we think to ourselves, this person operates with a different kind of integrity. Their integrity is certainly consistent, but it's consistent outside of the good moral zone. And if I come in and do this, I won't fit in, and I may lose my job. Or we may have a difficult altercation, and then, et cetera, et cetera. That's when it's time for you to have a conversation with your first before you go in, with yourself first.
Yes.
And that's this. How much is it worth to you to continuously place yourself in a position where you're being asked to operate outside of your code of integrity? What is it worth to you? What is your price? Everybody has their price. Is it really worth your salary to lose your personhood? Is it really worth your comfort in a certain job because you're not quite sure it's time to go look for one? Is it what are you compromising? What are you giving up? And so take a page, draw a line down the middle, and list, if you will, what you're being asked to do. You may have been asked to do several things. And the fact that we're talking about it this morning may be waking you back up to that. And now I want you to list on the other side of the page opposite, what are you giving up
right.
by saying yes?
And so it's really developing your line in the sand.
It really is. It really is. And this time, the conversation is much the same in that you keep the shared goal in front. You assume, well, let me be a little wry here and say you assume best intentions, that perhaps the other person is slightly off their rocker. How about that?
And that does happen.
It does happen. It does happen. You again make it safe, and you put it all on you, explaining that it isn't a good fit, that things are being operated in a way that don't align, that certainly may align and work well for them, but it just doesn't work well for you. You're wondering if you can talk about doing things a different way and just open up the conversation. Really what you're doing is paving the way to allow yourself to leave.
Yep.
You really are. And again, I say that's a courageous conversation, because here's what happens. We don't want to leave the comfort zone. We're afraid of this and that. But when I talk about this right now, there are several of you out there who are thinking, my gosh, I have really been compromising my integrity. I am really carrying around a load of stress. I bring it home to my family every day. And maybe if I'm confronting myself, I may be pretty much feeling like a sellout right now because now I've done my work on my piece of paper and look at what I'm giving up. I'm giving up honesty, I'm giving up trust, and a lot of things that I really didn't think about because we don't. And so it's time to have the conversation, how can we work this out? Fully knowing that you may not be able to if this other person prescribes or subscribes to a different code of ethics.
Well, we are completely out of time. So thank you so much. Let everybody know how they can follow you, find you, go to one of your workshops, etc.
Absolutely. PattyCotton.com, PattyCotton.com. Would love to have you visit there, sign up. I'll send tips and tools, and just great to be with you this morning, Erin and Tobin. Thanks for letting me delve into a heavy subject.
It is a heavy subject, but I think it's one that almost everyone confronts at least once in their career. So I think it's a very important topic, and I'm thrilled that you were with us in this early morning time here on this Monday morning.
Stay cool.
Thank you, you too.
Thank you so much.
Thanks, Patty. Bye-bye. It's time for a break. I'm Erin Brinker.
I'm Tobin Brinker.
We are on The Brink, the morning show on KCAA AM 1050, and we will be right back.
This is KCAA.
California headline news. 5 people dead after a mid-air crash scattered debris near the Mexican border Sunday night. An NTSB official says one pilot was on a cross-country trip, the other plane carrying civilian contractors on a military training flight.
Temperatures soared past 90 degrees at the crash site. Paramedics took one firefighter to the hospital for heat exhaustion. Investigators say this area sees a lot of air traffic, but say most of the pilots passing through are very skilled.
Correspondent Candace Crone in San Diego. The nearly 3-week-long manhunt for a murder suspect ends in Central California.
It looks just like him. He has a firearm. I'm convinced that's it.
Sheriff Donna Youngblood says Kern County deputies shot and killed the man matching the description of Benjamin Ashley, wanted for killing a retired dentist and wounding 2 sheriff's deputies. An autopsy will help determine the identification. Man behind bars in connection with the Lincoln fire that's burned several hundred acres in Montebello. Geico weather, more hot weather in several areas of the state. Jeff Scott, California News.
What's that sound you're hearing, California? Might sound like a regular train. It's not. It's a savings train. And the lucky people boarding it just switched to Geico and saved money on their car insurance.
All aboard! Next up, Cha-Ching City! Then on to Blissburg!
Yep, California. That's the sound of savings.
For a free rate quote, visit geico.com and see how much you could save. Geico. 15 minutes could save you 15% or more on car insurance. And now, a touching moment. Well, staying in touch with Geico.
It was a warm summer day. I was just sitting on a porch watching a babbling brook roll by. Then, out of the blue, I got an update from my Geico app saying my claim had been processed. I felt so connected to nature, to Geico. I stayed there the whole afternoon until that guy told me to stop trespassing on his porch. Sheesh, what was his problem?
Claim status updates, just a few taps away on the Geico app.
From the KCAA Weather Center, I'm Ron Pritchard. For this morning, we've got sunny skies and a high near 97. Tonight, mostly clear with a low near 65. Tuesday, sunny and a high near 90. Tuesday night, mostly clear with a low near 65. Wednesday, sunny with a high near 94. Wednesday night, mostly clear with a low near 64. Thursday, sunny and a high near 92. Thursday night, mostly clear, low near 63. Friday, sunny with a high near 91. Friday night, mostly clear, low near 62. Saturday, sunny with a high near 92. Saturday night, mostly clear, low near 63. Sunday, sunny and a high near 96. That's your weather forecast for this hour from the station that leaves no listener behind. NBC News Radio, AM 1050 KCAA.
Art Bell is back, and KCAA is his home in the Inland Empire.
There are a lot of people who think that we are Martians, that there's a strong possibility that we are Martians. That's why I said us. No, I'm serious. There was a civilization on Mars. That might have been us or our ancestors.
Nobody is more captivating than Art Bell.
Now, I tell you, ladies and gentlemen, there is something here that defies logical explanation.
Tune into the best, Midnight in the Desert with Art Bell.
The only way you're going to get the American people to pony up the billions of dollars, however many hundreds of billions it would be to go to Mars, the only way you're going to get them to do that is to convince them that we have a real reason to go.
Wanna take a ride?
Art Bell is back, and KCAA is his Inland Empire home. Weekdays 9 to midnight on KCAA, 1050 AM.
As the owner of my business, I wear a lot of hats. I'm accounting, sales, and so much more. But I don't know marketing.
Let Dex Media be your marketing department. Our team can create a digital plan for you with everything from search to social. Contact Dex Media, that's DEX Media, to get found, get chosen, and get talked about.
Whoa, that's a job for cleanup, which would be me.
Call 844-230-3436 or visit dexmedia.com today.
Here's all you need to know. There's a new cool way to sell your unwanted stuff online. It's buysellmakeoffer.com. buysellmakeoffer.com. You're not going to believe it. Join the legions of web sellers and buyers who are turning to buysellmakeoffer.com today. Never pay fees again. For low monthly membership of $7.95, you can sell up to 50 items, and there's a 60-day free trial membership to get you started. You can even produce your own infomercial to sell your products and upload the video for the world to see. Go right now to buysellmakeoffer.com.
Kcaa.
Marianne, breezy.
Welcome back. I'm Erin Brinker.
And I'm Tobin Brinker.
We are on the Brink, the morning show on KCAA AM 1050. It is a Monday morning.
I am very tired, and can I get another weekend? I want a do-over.
You want a do-over?
I want 2 more days off.
You know, can I just tell you, Tobin, you've been off for 2 months. You've had, 2 weeks, 1 week back at school?
You know, I didn't really get a summer vacation this year, Erin.
It's true you didn't. You went in a lot.
All summer long. That's my story. I'm sticking to it.
There you go. There you go. Well, he did, actually. He was writing a book this summer for Frisbee Middle School's 50th anniversary.
50th anniversary.
So it's the Frisbee's 50, what is it?
We're calling our group Falcons at 50.
Falcons at 50, that's what it is.
Falcons at 50, but the 50-year history of Frisbee Middle School, a passion project, I guess you could call it. I really enjoyed writing it, and now we're in the editing process, and soon we'll be going to publishing, and it's kind of exciting.
Awesome. All right, so there is something really important going on in Moreno Valley. Have you heard about their giant, huge warehouse, World Logistics Center?
I have, because it's kind of intertwined with some of the political scandals they've had over in Moreno Valley in the last several years. The gentleman who is financing this giant warehouse center is sort of been at the center of a lot of the political scandals and who he's given money to in the campaigns, and a whole bunch of these people who got recalled and the people who were accused of taking bribes and all the other various things that went on. And so this is a big deal for Moreno Valley, and I'll be very interested to see how it's resolved.
I agree. And there's an article in the Press Enterprise today. A vote nears on the massive World Logistics Center warehouse. A big question has lingered. And this is important. Who would pay for the new streets, the wider freeway, interchanges, and the other improvements needed to serve the complex? An agreement between the developer and Moreno Valley aims to answer that question. It's among several elements of the project that the City Council plans to vote on at the end of 3 public hearings in 3 days that start Monday, August 17th. The developer, Highland Fairview, and city officials say the final 34-page document requires the developer to build and pay for infrastructure to serve the 2,263-acre site where 15 to 25 warehouse buildings will be built. But some critics say the agreement isn't specific on certain details and leaves unanswered how regional traffic improvements such as those needed on Highway 60 will be built. The project, equal to the size of 700 football fields. Imagine that. 700 football fields would be one of the nation's largest master planned warehouse complexes. A traffic study found that it could have a dramatic impact on the entire region, worsening the congestion on Highway 60, Highway 91, Interstate 215, and Interstate 10 from Chino to Banning.
So on the positive side, I'm certain you're going to hear a lot of talk about the number of jobs that this is going to create, the jobs during the construction phase, the jobs of the various warehouse employees and truckers and all the various people that will be involved in this. But the negative side is also obviously very clear. The increased traffic, the increased smog, the increased delays as people have to deal with this. And of course, the tax revenue that's going to be sucked out to pay for some of these improvements.
The city and Highland Fairview began negotiating the agreement in 2012 when the 40.6 million square foot project was proposed. At various points, city officials have said that Moreno Valley may have to contribute some city dollars to the estimated $550 million project. So, and that they have to invest in an infrastructure needed to upgrade the mainly rural area in which the project would be located. The complex would rise in the city's eastern end, south of Highway 60 from Redlands Boulevard to Gilman Springs Road. Former Mayor Tom Owing said that during much of the negotiations, Highland Fairview President Ido Benzivi insisted that the city provide $100 million worth of infrastructure. That figure was confirmed last year by 4 other current and former city officials, and the developer has denied ever making such a demand. The final agreement, however, clarifies that the company will shoulder all of the costs for work needed within the complex's boundaries, says the developer and city planning officials. Well, the 60 freeway interchange, 6091 freeway interchange, and 215 where they all come together, that's obviously not within that the boundaries of the project, and it's already so congested through there. And the problem is that when they built the Moreno Valley Mall and a lot of that infrastructure that went in, in the 90s, they built it so close to the freeway. There's very, very little room or no room at all to be able to widen those freeways.
Yeah.
And so, what are they going to do? How are they going to accommodate the extra traffic?
Yeah. No, this is kind of a nightmare. I'll be very interested to find out sort of who's in favor and who's against. Again, this particular developer has given a lot of money to political campaigns. Are people going to view certain people as being bought and paid for? What special interest groups are going to step up to sort of fight this? This is the next 3 days are going to be very telling in terms of the future of Moreno Valley.
Here's my other thing my other point that kind of makes me nervous. So when we had the last downturn in the economy in 2008, when a crash in the economy, the industries that were the most affected by the recession were transportation and logistics, because people weren't buying things. And so you had warehouse space that was empty everywhere. Yeah. And a lot of the commercial space and warehouse space has been filling up. But why are they building another warehouse system that's going to be so dependent upon the logistics industry? Shouldn't they be focused on other businesses? That makes me nervous. It also brings, it's lots of areas. So Moreno Valley has a very high population of people who are low income, disenfranchised groups. And so that's going to give them even worse air than they've had before, because the pollution from all of the trucks, et cetera, is going to be a problem in Moreno Valley. Just as we've seen in Colton in San Bernardino with the railway switching lines and all of that, the air pollution caused by that industry is high.
Yeah, no, and this is some people will say this is not the highest best use of this land. That in terms of the number of jobs created and things like that, you're not doing the best that you could do.
Right.
But again, you have a guy who's willing to put hundreds of millions of dollars into this project, and they say that it'll bring in $2.5 billion a year once this thing's completely built and up and running. And I
wonder how they arrived at that number.
I don't know. I don't know either. Well, so if you want to go check it out. The Moreno Valley City Council will hold hearings on the proposed World Logistics Center Monday, August 17th. That's today.
That is today. Gosh. Can't believe it. It's the 17th. Monday, August 17th, today at 5 p.m., Tuesday, August 18th, and Wednesday, August 19th at the City Conference and Recreation Center, and that's at 14075 Frederick Street in Moreno Valley. So it's time for another break.
Yes,
I'm Erin Brinker.
I'm Tobin Brinker.
We've got Mark Westwood and Brandon. Brandon, what's your last name? In the microphone, sweetie.
McCormick.
We have Brandon McCormick on the... I totally caught him off guard. I'm so sorry. We are on The Brink, the morning show on KCAA AM 1050. We'll be right back.
Hey, this is Steve Sanchez, and do you know in 2007, I went off to the doctor for a basic checkup, and he informed me, Steve, you got plaque built up around your heart, and you're going to need stents. I informed him, with no offense, doc, I need a second opinion. I go off to a naturopathic doctor, and he introduces me to something called Zango. It's a juice made of the whole mangosteen fruit. You know, the mangosteen fruit has been used for centuries for healing. So, hey, what do I have to lose? I tried it. 3 months later, I go back to my cardiologist, no plaque, no stents, and I'm proud to say 7.5 years later, I'm stent free. I want to turn you on to Zango because it's the only true 100% mangosteen fruit juice. It's patented. In fact, the Mayo Clinic is paying attention because they're doing an extensive study because they cannot ignore all the testimonials around the world. I want to give you a free sample of the Zango juice today. Simply call 888-309-5656. That's 888-309-5656 for your free mangosteen juice sample today from the company called Zango.
Are you looking for the right place to purchase your landscaping items? Well, come see us at Hydroscape. Hydroscape offers a large selection of irrigation products including Irritrol and Toro, such as their efficient precision nozzles. For 40 years, Hydroscape has been family owned and operated, serving Southern California. With 17 locations, our knowledgeable and experienced staff is equipped to help you with all your irrigation, landscape, and outdoor living projects. Whether you're installing irrigation systems, wanting to maintain a healthy landscape, or simply create a beautiful lit space for outdoor entertaining, Hydroscape is the place to go. Visit our website at hydroscape.com for more information and find helpful articles on our blog, or call our customer service center at 1-800-395-4477.
Tired of paying outrageous prices for Viagra? Well, we have great news for you. Now you can finally get Viagra at huge discounts. Healthy Man allows you to save up to $500 on Viagra. Why pay U.S. pharmacy prices of $15 per pill or more when you can get Viagra for less than $3 a pill? Call today and get 40 Viagra pills for only $99. This can cost as much as $600 at your local pharmacy. You can't afford not to call us. If you want Viagra at the lowest prices, never pay $15 a pill pharmacy prices again. Get Viagra for less than $3 a pill. Call 1-800-643-6931 today and save up to $500 and get 40 pills for just $99. Healthy Man is fast, easy, and affordable. Operators are waiting at 1-800-643-6931 to take your call now. Call 1-800-643-6931. That's 1-800-643-6931. Again, 1-800-643-6931.
This is KCAA.
Nice to meet you where you been. I could show you incredible things.
Welcome back. I'm Erin Brinker.
And I'm Tobin Brinker.
And we are on the Brink, the morning show on KCAA AM 1050. So we got to talk about Donald Trump.
Yeah. The Donald.
The Donald. You know, he's really, as far as entertainment goes, in this presidential race so far, he is the most entertaining character.
Oh, he certainly is. And you know what, Aaron? He's figured out the key to messaging, and that is talk like a third grader.
Apparently it's working.
Yeah.
Is Donald Trump smarter than a fifth grader? Well, maybe so, but his vocabulary hovers around third or fourth grade. It's a third or fourth grade reading level. So says Jack Schaefer at Politico. Trump prefers to link short, blocky words into other short, blocky words to create short, blocky sentences that he then stacks into short, blocky paragraphs, Schaefer writes. According to Flesch Kincaid grade level test, Trump spoke like a fourth grader at the August 6th Republican presidential debate, where Ted Cruz talked like a ninth grader, and three others, Walker, Huckabee, and Carson, hit the eighth grade mark. Trump's low grade wasn't a fluke, says Schaefer, as the candidate earned only a third grade score at a Michigan news conference on August 11th. How does Trump do it? Well, he relies on great, very, and he loves we and I, the latter being what Schaefer calls his favorite word. Indeed,
I. He loves to say I.
Trump loves pummeling political opponents with idiots, morons, dumb, hater, losers, total losers, and other to-the-point words. In a freakish way, Donald Trump resembles that of Muhammad Ali at his prime, except the champ was always kidding, even when he was right, while Trump seems to believe his claims and often is wrong, writes Schaefer. Yet Trump's pared-down vocabulary has not caused him much political pain, Schaefer notes, possibly because too many politicians talk over the public's head when more should be talking beneath it in the hope of winning elections. And I think maybe that's part of it.
Yeah.
People love Trump because he speaks my language.
Yeah, well, and here's the thing. I mean, when you speak at a lower level like that, you actually reach a broader audience because people who are speaking at a higher level are still going to understand you, and now you've opened the door for people at a lower level to catch the message as well.
Yes, but the people who are at a higher level, they may understand, but they may not respect you. I have no. Here's the thing. I think it's not good that to have short, blocky words. That Donald Trump calls people losers and morons and all of that. I think there's no place for that in a presidential discourse, in this political discourse.
No, I agree completely. But I think that just from a very sort of simple political standpoint, his message will reach a bigger audience just because of how he speaks. I'm not a fan of his political language or his thoughts, but
apparently it's working for him.
It's working for him. I mean, I heard that at the Iowa State Fair he was swamped by people. He was there the same day that Hillary was, and they couldn't even get him in and out of the tents because there were such large crowds of people trying to get up and get pictures. But the funny thing is that they asked a couple people, hey, do you want to get his autograph or whatever? And they're like, oh no, no. It was more of the spectacle of people wanting just to see him or be a part of it, but they weren't necessarily fans or whatever. They just were interested in the moment.
He sure did bring a lot of people out. I've heard the listening audience is 25 million or something like that for the Republican presidential debate, and those are unheard of numbers.
I know, and in that sense, it's a good thing if some of those people actually got to hear some other messages that maybe resonated with them. But if they're there just because, for the spectator value and they're just laughing their butts off, then I don't know that was a good thing.
Maybe not. Well, there were a lot of intelligent people up on the stage.
I agree. There's actually quite a few candidates that I'm interested in. I think what's interesting is that there is quite a bit of diversity of opinion within the Republican field. They don't all agree. You don't have this, you can't just go down the line and say everyone agrees to this, and this.
No.
There's a lot of disagreement, and that makes for an interesting race.
What strikes me is the people who say that they love Trump because he's an outsider, because he bucks the political establishment, blah blah blah. But Carly Fiorina is an outsider, and Ted Cruz has done nothing but buck the establishment since he was elected to the Senate.
Yeah.
And that actually, I believe, and I'm not necessarily a fan of Ted Cruz, but I do admire his courage. He has no problem standing up and saying this is what I believe.
Yeah.
And I'm not convinced that Donald Trump is a Republican.
Yeah, I'm not convinced either.
I'm just not. Yeah. So it'll be interesting to watch. What are we, 8 months away from the first primary?
Yep. And it could get real interesting on the other side. I mean, I heard that Joe Biden might make a decision any day now. And then, and he's the gift that keeps on giving. I mean, he's going to make this a very interesting race if he's in.
People who I know who have met Joe Biden says he's the most affable person they've ever met. He never met a stranger, always got a smile on his face, just really, really warm and friendly. And that works on the campaign trail. That means he likes to put his hand out and shake your hand.
Yeah.
He does like to, so, and his opponent on the Democratic side, I'm not Bernie Sanders, but Hillary Clinton, is not gifted in that way.
Yeah. No, I'm looking forward to both sides this time. I think that it'd be nice to see a real race on both sides. And just for the interest's sake, I mean, I think we need to have the debate, but we also need to, get a chuckle every now and then.
Well, then for that, then Donald Trump needs to stay in for a while.
Just because, America needs a laugh.
Because he's fun. So there are taxes that are going to be debated here in the California legislature on gas and tobacco. When lawmakers return from summer break, they'll have less than a month to solve two huge problems that have vexed the legislature for decades: fixing California's crumbling roads and funding health care for the poor. If all goes according to plan, solutions will emerge in two special sessions requested by Governor Jerry Brown amid this year's budget negotiations. The sessions on transportation and health care will focus on lawmakers to focus on the two topics in hopes of striking some historic deals, but compromises may be tough to come by. Democrats, hoping to solve the problems by raising taxes, including the dreaded gas tax, can no longer rely on supermajorities, which they lost last year. Because tax and fee increases require support from 2/3 of the lawmakers in both houses of the legislature, Democrats will need the help of Republicans, some of whom have indicated they're open to hiking the gas tax for the first time in more than 20 years, but only if the money is restricted to transportation improvement. Democrats have also dangled the idea of boosting tobacco taxes to close the healthcare gap. The white-hot tax issue should make the next 4 weeks among some of the most exciting Sacramento has seen in years. All eyes will be on Brown, who is poised to ask the legislature to tax Californians without getting their approval at the ballot box for the first time since he took office in 2011. Republicans who fear the end of their careers will need talking points that clearly articulate why the tax benefits why they want tax benefits in their districts. And this is according to Bill Whalen, a fellow at Stanford's Hoover Institution, who was a top aide to former Republican Governor Pete Wilson. Voting for taxes isn't exactly a ticket to longevity in these districts. They have a lot at stake. So what do you think, Tobin?
Well, I think we're going to have to come back and talk about this one. I know we're just about out of time, but, I think they've got a real problem. The Democrats, are supposedly the party that protects us from the overreach of big business, but Californians have been gouged and gouged and gouged on gas prices with no protection at all. And I think it's because the environmentalists want gas prices to go up to get us to get away from our cars and to push for public transportation. So I think they're going to have a real issue if they're now also trying to go to taxes.
That are higher taxes. We already have the highest gas taxes, I think, in the nation.
Higher taxes when we've just had all this gouging on gas prices in the industry. So I think that this is going to be a tough argument for them to make. It's going to be an interesting debate.
It'll be an interesting debate. We are out of time at 6:59. I'm Aaron Brinker.
I'm Tobin Brinker.
And we are on The Brink, the morning show on KCAA AM 1050. Have a great Monday, everybody.
This is KCAA Loma Linda, the station that leaves no listener behind. CNBC News is next, a courtesy of BuySellMakeOffer.com, where you can post a video about items you have for sale. Sign up now. It's free.
I'm Tanya Hansen, CNBC Radio. U.S. stocks are heading for a lower open after data showed manufacturing activity in New York plunged to its weakest level in 6 years this month. The survey is one of the earliest monthly guideposts to U.S. factory conditions. Young adults are waiting longer to buy their first homes. Data from Zillow shows the typical first-timer rents for 6 years before buying a home, and the average age is 33. That's up from 30 a generation ago. Liberty Interactive says it'll buy online retailer Zulily in a $2.4 billion deal. Estee Lauder reported quarterly sales that missed estimates. The cosmetic maker was hurt by less demand for its Clinique and Estee Lauder skincare products. Tesla Motors shares were up in pre-market trading after Morgan Stanley raised its price target on the stock. Disney is adding Star Wars lands to its theme parks in Orlando, Florida and Anaheim, California. Straight Outta Compton earns $56 million in its debut. Tanya Hansen, CNBC.
Overturned truck blocking the carpool lane, freeway construction slowing everything down. I travel for work. News like that used to ruin my whole day until I discovered Citrix GoToMeeting. With GoToMeeting, I can meet from anywhere using my computer, tablet, or smartphone. And with HD video, I simply turn on my webcam and it's like being in the same room, which means I can stay productive no matter how bad the traffic gets.
Visit GoToMeeting.com and start our free 30-day trial. That's GoToMeeting.com.
Have you had trouble with online dating? This is eHarmony founder Dr. Neil Clark Warren. We've created a new solution, EH+. EH Plus combines the personal attention of a matchmaker with eHarmony's extensive pool of great singles. EH Plus gives you hand-selected matches and freedom from being online. Get started today. Call 855-930-LOVE. That's 855-930-LOVE.
Consider this your invitation to sell. At buysellmakeoffer.com, you can sell as much as you want for the next 60 days without paying any fees whatsoever. Sound incredible? It is, and it's true. Buysellmakeoffer.com is the new exciting way to sell your stuff online. Make extra money right now. Sell your old car, furniture, video games, household items, clothes, even your home. Sell anything that's legal. Load up your stuff to sell right now at buysellmakeoffer.com. This is your official invitation to get on board to